Okay. So now we're finally back. This is the finals of the European Legacy Masters. After almost 100 events, we narrowed it down to these two players, these two casters, Kaiser Atari here with me, Julian Knapp, and we're ready to jump right into it. Like, looks like they're already on the, like, is that like third or fourth turn here? We got the Void Walker down. Frantisek, like that Void Walker, you didn't see the semifinals, but that Void Walker did so much work for Frantisek.
Oh yeah, like in general, like Doughty Void Walker has been like a kind of like a sleeper almost. Like it's so, especially in like you see it in modern where you know, like scam decks play it, but even in Legacy, you know, it's unblockable, does a lot of damage, and whenever something like valuable hits the bin, you know, you get to cost it for free. So that's like a huge upside, right? And this is like pretty much like, this is an insane start from the mono black side, because like, you know, we got 4 permanents against literally 0.
That's how you do it, right?
That is insane, dude. Like this mono black combo deck, like what's so threatening about this deck is that like not only does it threaten a combo like Helm of Obedience and like Leyline of the Void and things like that, but the creatures, like the mono black creatures that got printed during the last couple of years, are so incredibly powerful and so unique that it's a delight to watch. And damn, is that a Sawatarix token? Oh my goodness.
Dude, Frantisek loves your tokens. We've seen so many of those in the semifinals.
Oh my goodness, dude. I'm losing my mind right now. This is incredible. Thank you so much.
It looks like Bruno's almost ready to pack it in, like that mannerism, right? That's just like,
oh,
okay,
totally.
like, come at me. Like all of your cantrips. I mean, we got a way to build back into this, right? I see a brainstorm and a lightning bolt in there, so we could take out the Bowmaster and then slowly, you know, climb back into the game. But I mean, Frantisek also has still a couple of cards left, so he's ready to play. Like,
yeah, totally.
If you tell me you could have this board against an empty board, you'd side up for that, right?
You know, that's usually GG. However, like Grixis Delver does have some tools to fight back. You know, like removal is usually like 1 mana, like lightning bolts. All the creatures, like most creatures in mono black combo decks, do die to like, you know, lightning bolt. And we gotta see, like Murktide Region pretty hard to cast right now because there is the Doughty Void Walker, but we shall see.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Bruno's having a really hard time making up his mind there. Like, bending open the carton multiple times doesn't really change that. Like, what are you looking to do here, right? It's so rough. You basically have to start by taking out... You know what's so annoying? If you take out the Bowmasters, then Frantisek is eventually going to be able to have access to a Bolt under that Voidwalker. It's just... Whatever you do, you feel so bad. But I think we're actually on Frantisek's main phase, which means he gets to add even more to the board. Dark Ritual.
Dude.
And we already know Bruno has no Force of Will, right? So whatever Frantisek is up to, could even be the Helm, the one of Helm.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruno doesn't do anything here. Oh man, dude. Frantisek is so scared to cast something here.
I mean, Frantisek doesn't know that Bruno doesn't have a Force. I mean, it kind of looks like Bruno is like doing it his best, basically, to represent a Force of Will, which he does not have.
And going for Beseech Chimera, and that could very much be like, I'm not sure we have mana floating, but if we do, then we can kill on the spot by getting the Helm. Otherwise, we can win on the next turn potentially, but of course Bruno has a remove spell. But if you have mana floating, that's the kill.
And again, like we talked about this card on the last episode of the podcast, but it's literally a 0 mana demonic tutor in some scenarios, and Sheoldred is so backbreaking against Delver because their removal doesn't really like line up against Sheoldred, and Sheoldred, you know, it's kind of like a super Battle Skull if you want.
Yes, that's the best way to put it. Seriously. Like, do you want to like double lightning bolt it? Oh, that just feels so bad, right?
Yeah, 100%. This is just absurd.
I wonder like what Bruno is feeling. Like, if you could literally, if I'm Bruno and you tell me I can stack the top of my deck at every single time I draw a card, I'm not sure I can come back here. Like, he's so far behind. This is really hard to come back.
Yeah,
from.
Seriously, like
he's down to 9 life. Come on.
Like the top of the library better contains a terminus at this point. Yeah.
Good luck casting that though. I think he's gonna pack it in. Yeah. Here we see it.
Oh my goodness.
That was a complete blowout game. Like, nothing to do for him even.
To be fair though, like I think this is exactly what Mono Black wants to do every single game. That was aggressive, that was good. That was not only aggressive, that was like aggressive and disruptive at the very same time. And yeah, just not giving Bruno a chance to, you know, just set a foot on this game at all.
Yeah, they're looking inside. But so what do we see here in the sideboard? Like, what can Bruno do to improve after sideboarding here? We got the Grafdigger's Cage that he probably doesn't want. Hydroblast, no. Meltdown. Like, Meltdown, that's the thing, right? We talked about this. It's kind of awkward we don't necessarily primarily need Meltdown, even though I guess there's Chromox present in the other deck. But once the constructs gets removed, you probably have to fight over that. So Meltdown's probably gonna come in. Like in the previous round, we certainly saw the opponent bring it in.
Yeah, totally.
But you don't feel great about it, right? It's not
No.
like stopping the main strategy of just putting in a bunch of big creatures. Like it's almost like a
No.
zombie deck in that sense. You bring down a bunch of creatures and go to town.
Yeah, not at all. Honestly, I do not see a single card in that sideboard that's like, you know, a hoser versus the mono black deck. I think a card I could kind of get behind is the Price of Progress, because we are still playing against an Ancient Tomb deck, you know, which takes a lot of damage just by itself. So, you know, you can kind of like, you know, just maybe steal a game, maybe, but it is still kind of like a double-edged sword, because the Grixis Delver deck is also a dual land deck, and
I'm wondering whether there's maybe room for like either Force of Negation. I'm not too keen on using that. Or Nylrod. I think Nylrod is decent. You get to blank like some of the base the Ward of Whispers. You get to blank the Chromoxen, and you get to blank the kill by shutting down Helm. So I think it's reasonable, especially if you have stuff that you want to take out. I guess you take out some of the Mishra's Baubles if you bring in Nylrod. That's always an awkward interaction. But from the mono black side, so what do we got here? Chalice certainly like one of the biggest things you can do against the most of the other decks in the format.
Yash.
Let's try that. Shield's Edict, you can bring that in if you want to play a controller's game. It's not the greatest card, I want to say. I feel like I'm having the same conversation we had last round, because like there's a bunch of cards that you could bring in that might do something. And Staring Bridge, I think that's fair. But on the other hand, you might want to keep... Well, you got one... Okay, you got one Karn and one Ensnaring Bridge.
Yeah,
it's like awkward, right?
Well, that's gonna stay in there, I think. But like generally speaking, the Plague Engineers look really appealing. It's overall it's an Orcish Bowmaster mirror game, so you might be interested in, you know, bringing those in. You could also like sometimes randomly name Human or Wizard, you know, and get like a Delve of Secrets. That's possible. I think if I was Frantisek Juda, I would probably just try to play a solid fair game with a potential to combo up, but just don't go too much on these like combo parts, like the Helm of Obedience things, just too much. You know, you can do that in addition if you want to, but I would really focus on like Sheoldreds, Doughty Voidwalkers, and have like proper removal for Murktide regions, because that's probably how you're gonna lose the game.
You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering whether we're taking out the card in the first place.
Oh, you might. Yeah, that's not crazy at all. Yeah.
You take out Karn, you bring in Spritch, because that's the card you want the most out of Karn. I mean, sometimes, technically Helm for the combo.
Yeah, and
you might even bring in Helm as a second.
You can tutor for it, sure.
Yeah.
I don't hate that.
I like that quite a bit, because the 4-mana Karn is, considering that it doesn't really stop anything on the other side of the board, it's just a more expensive way to get the bridge. Or on some occasions, Helm of Obedience.
How do you like Damnation versus Delver?
Yeah, see, we were talking about that. I don't hate that, actually. I really don't hate that. It's probably like quite unexpected. I mean, these are open deck lists, but you don't know whether Damnation is gonna come in. So, dude, and you can also besiege the mirror for it.
Dude, yeah, I mean, that's the whole point. You know, even chat, you know, you gotta show some love for Damnation, man.
Frantisek went deep. I'm loving this. Like, he built the stack with like all these one-offs that you can actually just tutor for.
Dude, Damnation is such a cool card, you know, like Wrath of God is like whatever, but Damnation is damn for real, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's just... So both players are still like waiting. I guess there's maybe gonna be some mulligans to yet still be resolved. We'll see that in a moment.
You know what I'm really surprised about is that the finals deck, the tempo deck in the finals was not a scam deck. It was a Delver deck, because to me, like, it seemed that the Delver of Secrets, the card Delver of Secrets was kind of underwhelming in an Orcish Bowmaster era.
Right? Oh, was it?
Well, I mean, because it always starts as a 1/1 and then it slowly transforms into a 3/2, but it can always be hit by a Bowmaster.
Yeah, that's
Whereas,
true.
Dragon's Way Chandler and all the other creatures are already, like, you know, if you got Delirium, like, you already got decent stats to basically outpower a Bowmasters. Yeah, kind of surprised to see the card Delver of Secrets. I thought that just lost a lot of like its appealing points.
Yeah, especially in the blue-black decks, right? They basically all cut them off.
Oh, dude, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, Grixis Delver, I think it's... I can't actually tell you whether it's common in Grixis Delver cell or whether it's like rare. Oh, and we see the leyline coming. The leyline shutting off so much from the other side of the board. Like, Dragon Rage Channel down relegated to being a 1/1. Murktide doesn't really do anything at this point anymore. So, at this point, like, I think Frantisek is gonna have like the bigger creatures, but like
Man,
rather easily.
Oh, dude, this is fantastic. Really, this is so good because I think the best threat from the Grixis side of things is Murktide Regent by I think a large margin. It's a big flyer, and the Mono Black deck doesn't really have a lot of answers to a Murktide Regent. Really, like most of the creatures are actually none of the creatures have flying or reach. And she ordered.
Oh, and there's 2 Murktide Regions stranded.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Yeah, Bruno. I mean, the match is still going on, right? But
Yeah.
This is pretty rough. You're taking out the brainstorm.
Oh, dude, I love this. I love this so much. You can keep your shitty Murktide regions. I like that. I like that a lot, actually.
So what's the line forward here from Bruno? Like, there's almost, sometimes a world where you, like, if you're super desperate, you wasteland the opposing Wall of Whispers here and hope that Frantisek just, like, doesn't have the mana that he needs.
Yeah, you could. I think...
I mean, there's almost nothing else. I guess you could try to get in the Bowmasters here. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it's rough. Like, because this is a Bowmaster mirror, you might be interested in, like, holding your Bowmasters until you can snipe another Orcish Bowmaster. But the problem is that, overall, like, Grixis Delver is still a tempo deck, right? And the Wasteland and Dazes kind of lose a lot of value if the game progresses to, like, a mid-late game.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know.
Oh, you know what's happening here? I think Magic Online does this automatically for you, so a lot of players have not been exposed to this. If you have Leyline and Voidwalker in play, then the affected player, in this case Bruno, gets to decide whether he wants to exile the card for Leyline or he wants to exile the card for Voidwalker. And of course you want to exile it for Leyline, because then the Voidwalker won't be able to cast it. And the interesting thing is, for all the shortcomings of Magic Online, they made it so that it automatically exiles for Leyline after Void. So a lot of people are not aware that you actually have to choose in paper.
Oh, that's really nice on Magic Online, yeah.
It might be a case of like a random bug that actually works out in favor of like good gameplay.
Seriously, I think we all should play more Magic Online then.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time until we get like Savatarix alterations on Magic Online as well,
Seriously. Yeah. I did like this Ponder also quite a bit. I think it showed like a Dragon's Rage channel and a Lightning Bolt, and you might see that Lightning Bolt in action in probably just a few seconds here on that nasty Doughty Voidwalker. Again, like that creature, folks, don't underestimate Doughty Voidwalker. It has a pretty rough casting cost of like double black, which is not that easy in multicolor decks, but this card is a powerhouse. It destroys planeswalkers just by itself. You can get ridiculous cards for free, like Minskimbu, for example, if you thought sees it, or there's so much like potential in this card, and
I called it one of the best additions to Legacy in the last round, together with Ursa Saga. I think that card is just like so cool. Oh, and we got the long lost sun is coming back. The Eva is not only coming down, it's also flipping. And you know what? It might actually be that Frantisek doesn't have another land. Like we talked about this, right? He could go for the Desperation. Oh, he finds the Swamp from what I believe is the top. He's got an Ill-Gotten Gains in hand, doesn't do anything. For as bad as it looked for Bruno, that Brainstorm and that Diver might actually put him way back deep into the game. Let's check the life totals here. Oh, he's down to 10.
Yeah. That's
dude, this is. Here's another lightning bolt.
Yeah,
this could be over like in an instant.
Very soon, yeah.
Yeah, Saga too slow. Doesn't do it. Yeah, we need something else. Oh, and he's got the Shielded Edict, but
again,
there's a daze.
That's like probably the easiest days ever.
He's only thinking about whether he wants to hardcast it, but he's going to the face, and then he's gonna daze. And he gets to reuse the mana. Like, all of a sudden, we didn't have like 2, now we have 3 mana available over the course of the entire turn. This is so beautiful. Taking you down to probably 4, I would guess. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
The untap, Saga goes to 2, that once again doesn't do anything.
This is a rough spot, it takes off like Ancient Tomb already. And, oh my goodness, I do think there's a Force of Will. And if that's the case, this game is basically wrapped up.
Yeah, that one, we let that happen, that doesn't care. I think there's no Force of Will, right? That's Murktide. I think that we once again have double Murktide or something. But you could be right, maybe it's a different print I'm not aware of. Yeah, and Frantisek, he needs another removal spell. That's the only thing that's like keeps him in the game, or like, I don't know, even in Land and Staring Bridge doesn't do it. He probably has like way too many cards in hand there.
Yeah.
Oh, you are right. That's a force of will.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
in that case, the game is almost locked up, right?
yeah, that's really good. Like the turn these like that Merc regions into like like real pitch cards, and again, like I think this game kind of showcases exactly the strengths of like creatures with evasion, and yeah, we got we just wrap it up there. Again, I think this is like something to keep in mind for game 3 is that the mono black deck doesn't have a lot of creatures with evasion, right? So like Delve of Secrets, maybe Delirious Dragon's Rage Channeler, or even a Murktide region. Like those are the prime threats. The Orcish Bowmasters, not so much. In fact, it wouldn't be crazy to even side out a copy or two.
Oh, really?
Because the mono black deck doesn't really draw that many cards, and you get to sniper maybe like the opposing Orcish Bowmasters, but you also got bolts. There's like only so much room for playables in your deck, right?
You don't get to ambush like the most important creature, Voidwalker, Shadow, coming back into Legacy until like I think the last time Shadow was relevant in Legacy was around 2005 when people were doing like Solitary Priest and that kind of stuff.
Dude,
right?
I love that card so much.
Protection from Red, that was it, right?
Dude,
yeah,
dude. Mono white aggro. That was not even Death and Taxes. It was just pure mono white aggro.
You got those Savannah lines in there. I went through that time. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, yeah, people are saying the One Ring. Yeah, that one we haven't seen in action, and that's because there's no the One Ring in the mono black Stumpy deck, I believe. Unless I missed it. No, there's no the One Ring in there. So we have you actually got a good point. There's a good chance that we just side out some of the Bowmasters. Unless we're gonna go toe to toe with the other Bowmasters. Honestly, maybe that's the thing though. Because their Bowmasters hurt you so badly that you keep your Bowmasters removal. I don't know.
It's rough, but again, like you could technically say that the One Ring is a reason for you to have more Bowmasters. However, like the One Ring is still like a 4-mana super clunky enchant artifact that you could easily daze. You can wasteland that mana. They're not going to be able to cast it again. Maybe like 4-drops are really rough. Like Delver has been known to beat 4-drops, or like just don't let them happen in the first place, right?
Is that the opening hand, by the way? That looks like a mulligan from Bruno's side, right? Unless I'm missing a land somewhere. Yeah, that's a mulligan. And on the other side, I have to like check here. Looks like Frantisek is keeping. Yeah, he seems pretty happy.
Frantisek, ideally, Leyline of the Void in his opening hand. That would be a huge game changer. Again, I mean that's the leyline thing in general, right? Like if you have leylines in your deck, it is so awkward if you keep a decent hand without leyline and then you keep top decking leylines. That is so.
You might as well not have drawn a card at that point.
Oh,
right?
dude, seriously, yeah.
So Frantisek is actually gonna be able to go first for. Is it the first time in the entire tournament, in the entire finals? He was the 5th seed. No, he went first in the first game. Okay, so Bruno was the 7th seed. Yeah, I never feel good when I'm on the draw against a deck that plays Ancient Tomb.
Oh, and Shadows of the Void? Hell no. Hell no.
At least we see a Force of Will on Bruno's side, so he gets to play. Is that the Agadeem's Awakening something land where you pay 3? I think that's it. What's it called? The multi-phase dual double whatever lands. Okay.
Oh, yeah, Lightning Bolt land.
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Chocolate, Lightning Bolt. One day we're going to have Lava X land. Okay, but nothing on the first turn from Frantisek. Bruno goes for the tried and true start of turn 1 Underground Sea Ponder. Many players have tried it. Only one has made it to the finals. Okay, counting cards. We got a Meltdown in hand there, so any Saga plans are going to be eventually stopped rather easily. Is that a no, that's either a Daze or a Lori. It's a Daze. Okay, you got a Wasteland.
I do like Bruno's hand quite a bit. Even more so that there's no Leyline of the Void in on the battlefield.
Yeah.
Oh no, Doughty Voidwalker just yet. So like the game could pretty much just go, I'm gonna disrupt you for the next 2-3 turns maybe, and hopefully I'm eventually gonna like ponder into a Murktide region and just get the job done, right? Just really quick, because the Murktide region again, like two hits, sometimes a third one, and the game is technically over.
It looks like Frantisek has his turn, is trying to plan out his turn at this point. He's got the second, that must be Chalice, right? Yeah, just firing off the Chalice, that's the easiest days in the world. Actually, you don't even need to daze that if you feel like you want to get some value of the Meltdown, but I think you don't want to play any games, right? So there's the Deva in play. Going here, okay. That card already won a game for us, and this is the one window, right, where you want the Bowmasters. And the Bowmasters are available, but they get Force of Will.
And like this is exactly, I think, that the strongest point for Orcish Bowmaster, because it forced a Force of Will.
Yeah.
And this is exactly like what I mentioned earlier about like Delver being so vulnerable to Orcish Bowmasters that you had to use a Force of Will. Now that Force of Will could have been used for something else, like Besiege the mirror, or anything else, right? Like a Shieldred maybe.
Oh, dude, look at this. This is the ultimate tempo plan here. Like, Bruno's like, I'm gonna defend this creature as hard as I can, and if it ever breaks, I'm probably gonna lose the game. But he's already got one bolt in hand. He just found another bolt in a wasteland, but he's deciding, okay, I'm not playing this game. Because if you remove my Delver, all of these cards are gonna be dead draws for me. For quite a while.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, maybe I'm gonna play a little bit more of a mid-range game. I didn't properly see whether he actually has access to red mana. And it looks like he does not, which makes it sense to...
Yeah, he does not.
Yeah, in that case, we are stuck with 3 red spells in hand.
Yeah.
That's gonna be rough. Okay, so let's check the life totals again.
Like this,
He's down to 17.
Yeah, like this point of shuffle is reasonable, right? Like we've seen like Shieldred's Edict, for example, like multiple copies in the deck, and again, like Bruno doesn't have an active counter spell just yet, so you know, if anything happens, it happens.
Yeah, Frantisek also, he's got the Karn in hand. That doesn't really do anything for now. It's all going to depend on whether he can find more mana to actually make something happen. Life total is still okay, considering when you think about it, right now Bruno is sitting there hellbent. He's got 3 cards that he's not going to cast.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while.
That's rough.
But we got the Dark Ritual into Besiege the Mirror, and I'm curious what we're going to find here. I mean, if you want to play it safe, you could even find something like, I don't know, like Ensnaring Bridge. But he didn't sacrifice anything for it. Also, he doesn't get to play it for free. Okay. Yeah, we just get an attack in, top deck the Saga, most likely, and we just, like, keep hitting. This could be over, like, rather quickly if Deva keeps doing its thing. Even though, I gotta say, if the life totals are actually correct, like, there's a world where you race with the constructs, because you can get Shadow Spear. And Shadow Spear allows you to, like, come back, right? Especially if you have, like, a big construct. So here's another Servitarix special.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Servitarix in the finals in the booth on the table. We're not playing, though.
Dude, thanks so much, love. Thank you. That's awesome to see.
I think that's a Wall of Whispers. That actually grows the construct.
Again, yeah, this is like those games are pretty swingy.
The thing is, if Bruno ever finds a fetch land or any kind of red source, right? Does the board crumble on Frantisek's side?
Oh yeah.
And Frantisek probably knows this, right? Because Bruno's not even casting cantrips.
Right.
Bruno's doing nothing. Like,
Frantisek might be thinking like that. Bruno might, you know, just sit on like maybe a Force of Will or 2, maybe. It's kind of hard to tell, and it almost kind of dictates how Frantisek might, you know, just shape up his turns, you know, for the next like 2-3 turns maybe, because Usa Saga again, you know, like plays perfectly into a hand full of Force of Wills, and yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know what the correct line is. Like, obviously, now, like, it's easy for us to see that you could simply just jam whatever you have and it's gonna resolve, but Frantisek doesn't know that.
He must have something for 4 that he wants to cast, right? Because he's thinking about not making the second construct. And since he picked up the land, he will be able to go to 4 mana. I guess technically even 5 mana if he wants to do that. Okay, let's see. There's Deva coming in again. I mean, from Bruno's side, it's pretty easy, right? You just keep turning Deva sideways. But Frantisek, he's got like a real decision to make there. And so help me out. What could be like a thing that makes us not want to create a construct here? Something that we want to play, like Shieldred maybe? Because Shieldred, like, it keeps the pressure on if your opponent finds, like, a red spell, that you're guaranteed that they won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
On the other hand, if you expect Force of Will, you'd rather make another construct. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
Also, or maybe a removal spell for the Deva.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we have seen Shieldred Edict, you know, many times, and, like, as long as you play your spells in, like, you know, without playing into days, I think you're already...
Oh, look at this! Now that I did not expect. He wants to cast something for 4 mana and have a Daze Proof, I guess. That's kind of rough. You know, I was wondering maybe he's gonna go for Shadow Spear and wants to equip it and not make a second construct because he wants the instant life gain at that point. But Chromox, that's one of the rarer targets I would think for this card. So what are you gonna pitch here? Or is it just gonna be a Chromox like Chroma construct? That's it.
Dude. I don't mind that, but yeah, it's so cool to see like all these like interesting cards coming out of Osa Saga. Like,
Dude, this is apparently like really deep.
yeah,
This must be so deep. I want Frantisek to explain this to us at some point.
seriously. I think it all started with like Mox Opals mostly, or like Retrofitter Foundry, Pithing Needle. Like those were like the early targets, but now like people get really like, you know, creative with those sagas.
You gotta besiege the queen under this, and we go for 4 mana, and there must be a besiege the queen or like something good. It's a Shieldred.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, and that one's gonna be such a big problem for Bruno. We talked about this, right? These decks, they don't play like Baleful Strix and stuff anymore. They remove spells basically double bolt.
Oh yeah.
And that's so hard. That's so hard. I mean, he even got it, but he's so far away.
And the top deck was a Brainstorm. Oh my god.
Oh.
That Brainstorm, you can cast that, but it's gonna be hella painful.
I don't know if you guys can hear this in the background. Apparently, there's like some top 8 in a side event going on, and people are going completely bonkers. Or maybe they're watching the finals of the main event, and they're going crazy for the Shieldred here. Okay, the Brainstorm resolves. Oh my god, do we just like take 6 damage, or 6 life loss here?
We just take 6. Yeah.
I mean, what else are we gonna do? Yes, but this is so rough. Okay, put 2 cards. It looks like we found the red source. Okay, that's step 1. Like, can we what the construct? Or is it too big? I think we can barely bolt. It should be a 3/3 or something. Oh man. Like, if you're a Frantisek side, you're happy for this, right? You're like, opponent's down to 8, they got my shield going on, I got my big construct. Yeah, if you want to take it out, be my guest. There's even a case to be made to maybe, nah, you can't meltdown here. It's too late for meltdown.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You can still, like, you know, block with the Delve of Secrets and then bolt the shield. So you have some outer shield. However, there's still this, like, tiny little construct around.
That's also pretty telling, right? Like, if Bruno doesn't attack with the Delver here, do you even attack with the Shieldred?
Oh, you don't have to. I would just chill.
Because the Shieldred, the draw, like, you gain 2 life a turn.
Yeah.
And you basically only lose 1 life, so you might just, like, win the race by sitting back. And we already know that there's probably no second red source coming up for Bruno after the Brainstorm here. Unless he found like 2 in the Brainstorm there. Yeah, he's tough. He's probably deciding between the Meltdown and keeping Bolt open. But I would think that Frantisek is not going to throw Shieldred into that trap. You know, he keeps shuffling the Meltdown to the front. That's surprise. That's such a tough decision. Chat, what do you do here? What do you guys play here? Do you Meltdown? Like, he's trying to make friends of the Meltdown because it takes out basically half the mana base of Frantisek. The problem, though, is Frantisek doesn't care all that much about his mana base anymore. He's got the win on board, pretty much. And we're going for the Meltdown. I think the one part about the Meltdown is that the construct goes away as well. So now, like, Shieldred can get in for 4. And then Delva's gonna sit back, and then we're gonna try to trade there.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna be real painful. Like, a world of pain. Like, Bruno's life total is gonna get so low, in fact, that like any future. Oh, really?
Oh, and that must be it, right? That's just like.
Oh my goodness.
I think Frantisek has locked it up at this spot.
Yeah.
Bruno's going down to 6 here. He's dead on the next turn, and he needs to deal with both creatures pretty much.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I did not expect that chump block by Delve of Secrets because I think you could have.
But then you go down to 2, and that also like doesn't. I think the Meltdown is the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, but let's see. Frantisek is super excited. Like, Frantisek is looking to become the European Legacy Master. Oh, whoa, we got the double block. Okay, we go down to 3. Okay. We can block Shieldred once. It's just not very exciting.
Yeah, at this point, oh my goodness.
Oh, and the bolt. Oh, there's
Oh
only
my
gonna
goodness.
be. I mean, you still get 1 chump blocker that you can use, but this is just. I think this should be over in a moment.
This is.
Yeah, we got it. Okay. And Frantisek takes it down, becomes the European Legacy Master of 2023. Congratulations, dude. 600 euros and the title, and a beautiful, beautiful trophy for him.
Damn.
That was quite the performance. We've been following him for quite a while. I think we've had multiple feature matches with him. And this mono black combo deck, month ago, we were talking about how black is completely absent from the format.
Oh, dude.
And then
Not
you get
anymore.
Bowmasters, and it triggers a revolution, a whole avalanche of black cards coming back to the format, all the way to the ELM 2023, where a mono black deck takes down the title against one of the best decks in the format, traditionally one of the best decks in the format, right? In
dude.
Delver.
Yeah, totally. Dude, I'm just happy that I saw she overed the Apocalypse in the finals. You know that black is like my favorite color of Magic.
Is it?
It is, yeah. I mean, you got Dark Vigil. Dark Vigil is my favorite card.
Okay, that's true. I will do that.
But it's so cool to see a deck like that. Like to see a non-brainstorm deck that is also not based on a crazy mechanic such as the initiative, for example, right? Like it is, this mono black deck it's just a really good deck in general, but it doesn't have anything like crazy or like something that's like super overpowered. Like the cards are all very good by themselves, but
there's some synergy in there, and I think that's the key to it. You get some game-breaking synergies, as in like the Helm combo deck, but you also get like the mid-range plan. The mid-range plan is really good. Traditionally, decks that try to, Dark Ritual out a creature or some kind of bomb and then try to get there. That's a little bit like of a one-trick pony thing. You could like get either like Force of It, but here having like the mid-range stuff, amazing as Frantisek and the trophy is walking in. Do you want to join us? You want to come over? Congratulations, first of all. Good job. Okay. Okay. Hey, man, how's it going? How do you feel? Like, that's the stupidest feeling everyone asks. How do you feel? You're going to tell me you feel bad, right? To see you with your opponent.
I feel really good.
Any plans moving forward? When are you going to beat that Panda Bear? We will see. We'll see. You must have felt pretty good in the first game. Like, what was going on there? Like, we jumped into it like a little late. We saw like a completely empty board on your opponent's side, and you were crushing in with like all the cards in the world.
So basically, I had turn 1 Doughty Voidwalker, then Ancient Tomb, double Bowmaster.
Yeah.
He had 2 days.
Yeah.
So he had nothing, and then I just cast Besiege for Shield Red.
As you do on the second turn.
Yeah. No, for it.
But, that makes it all much more reasonable. Okay.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I was told, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, that you were gonna play something else, but then when Besiege the Mirror became legal. Yeah. So what were you originally gonna play?
I wanted to play Grixis Delver.
Oh, isn't it? Okay, like your opponents?
Because I think it's the best deck. I don't like the Ubi Scam. It's good, but I don't like it. But then Besiege came out, and I just decided to switch because the card is insane.
As we've seen here multiple times. Yeah. In this, was it I want to say the first game of the semifinals, do you remember? I think you were severely behind for most of the game. And then, we were already talking about like how your opponent like had such an easy game because there was nothing on your side, and then you besieged for the Helm, right, and killed him out, right?
Yeah, because what happened was he stifled my Urza Saga trigger. So because he knew about Besiege the Mirror, I think, in my hand. I'm not sure, but I think he knew.
Yeah.
So he was thinking, I probably don't have mana and also artifact or enchantment, but I had the Urza Saga. So, yeah.
If you were wondering whether you wanted to like stifle the activation of the Helm or something and then get in there?
Yeah, I think it was probably correct to stifle the Saga.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it doesn't help stifle the Helm. Because you just do it again next turn.
Oh, I thought you were dead next turn. That's what we were thinking. Because we saw his hand, but maybe we were wrong. Like,
I don't know, but yeah. So, but then I played super bad game 2 and still won. But
yeah, that happens. That happens every once in a while. I mean, that's how you make it to the finals. That's how you win the trophy. There's barely anyone who ever won a big tournament without getting lucky.
Yeah.
And I think, like from what we've seen, your skill with this deck, that's outstanding. Like, did you like craft all of this yourself, or how did you come up with this?
So, basically, I always send the idea to my friends. Usually they said it's pretty shitty. I play like him.
As friends do when you play a mono black deck in Legacy.
Yeah, like. What the fuck, him to Turach. Yeah, it's 2023, but I just decided to play it how I liked the deck, and it turned out to be really good.
So where can we find you online if you want to become your friends and actually encourage you to do more of this? Like, do you have Twitter, Instagram? Where can we find
Yeah,
you?
I have Twitter, but
Oh, it's called X. X, sorry.
Ah.
Elon, we will edit that.
yeah, I have the X, but
That's also awful. You want to keep it secret?
no.
No, you can share it if you want.
Yeah,
Loving
it's
it.
like my name.
Yeah, just your full name,
Yeah.
like Frantisek Juda.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So I'm gonna follow you there. Let's do that in a moment here. Okay. And are you gonna play the main event tomorrow? Or are you gonna be out celebrating, fighting the
Yeah,
panda
I
bear?
will probably play, but I'm super tired.
I can see. Like we are actually not that close to midnight.
Yeah, but still,
Any kind of celebrations going on?
maybe.
Maybe.
McDonald's.
That's the best kind of celebration, right? Dude, seriously, I'm so excited. We were following you for quite a while during this tournament. I was also like watching some of your games, and I'm super impressed by this. And this deck, I want to play something like this. Is there anything that you might want to reconsider? Is there anything you feel like, maybe I want to change that out going forward?
Yeah, like the free shield reds edict was for depth, but if it's less depth, you can play less, and I don't know. I have to play more games to see
Okay, yeah, okay.
what is good and what is bad. So I cannot say right now.
Okay, so any shoutouts to your local community before we close it out here?
Thank you.
Thank you for discouraging me from playing this deck. I showed you how to do it.
Thanks everyone who said kind words to me and encouraged me to keep winning.
Yeah, I will certainly do that going forward. So thank you so much, everybody who's tuned in. Last chance to leave a follow here. We're going to give you like 4 big tournaments every year with 4 seasons. And of course, the ELM coming to you once a year. If you want to qualify, you head to EuropeanLegacyMasters.com. Check out the qualifier, get in contact with your local rep. Big thank you to, I can't even name all the people. There's like, we talked about this earlier, 30, 40 people who have been involved with running this, like right around. There's like 5 people right around me, like doing all of that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for choosing us, for watching us. You could have watched so much more other stuff, but you watched Legacy tonight. You're going to be watching more Legacy tomorrow on this channel, main event of the Legacy, the 4 Seasons Legacy main event. And with that, we're going to close it out. Keep playing, and if you want to play, just get in contact with your local rep. There's so much Legacy to be played with proxies all around the world. You're from Slovakia, right?
No.
Sorry. Oh, wait. I fucked this up completely. Where are you from?
Check.
You're from the Czech Republic?
Yeah.
How did I get that wrong?
Yeah.
I'm going to play somebody who wrote it down incorrectly. Oh, which part of... Sorry, before we close, because I made this wrong. Which part of the Czech Republic are you from?
Prague.
Prague. Oh, yeah, I loved it. Oh, you're going to play the Eternal Weekend?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the people coming. There's a panda bear coming up. Okay, so we got to close this out. Thank you so much, everybody. See you again next time. Bye-bye.